Good afternoon, Dr. Rashidi here. Heal yourself with your thoughts. It seems to be too good to be true, but it is true. During this lecture, I'm going to share with you what are the thoughts, how the thoughts affects our health and healing, and what kind of thoughts to have to heal faster and to be healthier. If you like that, to stick with me. I will show you your thoughts will heal you. It starts with me as a journey. I got sick. You see, when I was a child, I wanted to be healer. I wanted to heal people. I wanted to help them to be happier. I wanted to help them to be calmer. At age of 5, I wanted to become a doctor. When I went to University of Toronto to study neurosurgery residency, in the first year I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. When I diagnosed with a brain tumor, it was shocking for me because I was studying neurosurgery myself. I had surgery, I did recover, I finished my residency. By the point later on I discovered during all those times that I was sick, I was in operating room for 18 hours. I had a tracheostomy, I had a chest tube, I had infection. I never lost hope. I was positive all the time. You see, my family, my mother was in Iran. I couldn't lose my life. I could not think anything except healing. And never doubts came to my head. Never doubt come to my mind. I did go through all this. I healed. And all the time was positive in my head and in my mind that I am going to heal. Because for me, it was a must. You see, it couldn't be any doubt or possibility that I don't heal. It's not only because of myself, because of my family, because of my mother, because of my dad, because of my brothers and sisters. I start noticing in the neurosurgery patients. I notice the patients are positive, calmer, happier, they heal faster. They leave the hospital faster. They come to hospital less. Then I start studying more the effect of thoughts. The picture you see there, As a Man Thinketh, is a small book from James Allen. He wrote it in 1902. Study this book. It's a very good book. He wrote it in 1902, but it is true at that time. Now it's here, and now it's now. After all the neuroscience studies and learning and progress, but still as true today as it was then. Because he talks about mind, human mind. You see, this is a paragraph from As a Man Thinketh. The body is a delicate and plastic instrument which responds readily to the thoughts by which it is impressed, and habits of thoughts will produce their own effects, good or bad, upon it. You need to choose positive thoughts. You need to choose good thoughts. If the bad thoughts come, if a stressful thoughts come, and it become a habit, you see, it affects your health, it affects your body. This is a law, this is a principle. It doesn't matter who did that, who caused those thoughts come to your head. You have to choose here, your mind. You see, you can't bring reason, well, the other people, they caused me. To your subconscious mind and to your mind and the body, it doesn't matter. You have to choose the good thoughts. That I am going to share through this lecture. What are the thoughts? They come from the brain, and then how affect your health, and what kind of thoughts to have to heal, to heal faster. Stay with me. You will enjoy it. The human brain. You see, the human brain is a station for human mind. All your thoughts, imagination, memory, creativity, conscious mind, subconscious mind, your feelings, your emotion, all of them are in your mind, in your brain. The station is your brain. This is showing a different technology we have. We can look at the brain. For example, this is MRI and functional MRI. This is the MRI, CT scan. This is a functional MRI. It's showing we know these activities, the thoughts are in human brain. This is a picture of a human brain, real human brain. I love human brain. I'm a neurosurgeon. And I have touched the brain, I caught the brain, I operate on the brain. The human brain is so complex. When we study human brain, it's so complex. It's so much structure in the brain that during my residency, all the time I was thinking, what are all these complex structures are? Usually as a neurologist or a neurosurgeon, the only things you see is like where the person, they get a stroke, they cannot move their arms or their legs, or they cannot speak or see. Only the gross things. But we do not think about mind and how that we can create and invent the things. So this is the human, we call it sagittal cut. This is the nose, this is the tongue, this is the mouth, it's the back of the head, this is the middle of the brain. This area we call it brainstem. This is the cerebellum or brain, small brain. This is a brain. We have two brain, right brain and left brain, or right hemisphere, left hemisphere. This is showing the brain. This is we're looking from the top. This is the front, back, right, left. This is from the bottom, we're looking at it. From the right side, from the left side. We don't want to go to details of the structure, but basically human brain is 3.5 pounds, mostly water, 80%, and it's very soft tissue. It is the most complex object in the universe. It is the most precious mine in the world, and most of the people, they don't recognize it, what they have here. With the things here, you invent everything, you imagine everything, you change your life. And that's the thoughts come from. So remember, and in the different part of the brain, they have a different function. So right brain, this area of the brainstem is more unconscious area. I talk about this one a little more later. This is the histology of the brain. What does it mean? Means is a cut through the brain. We're looking under microscope. There are several cells in the brain, but the main cells are nerve cells or neurons. The importance of the neuron is the electrical activity that causing our thoughts. So the mind is the flow of thoughts, and that's because of the neurons. If the neurons, they get to trouble, our mind get to trouble. That's when the people, they have a dementia or Alzheimer's disease, because there is a protein that's come to the cells and cause the cell, they lose their function. This is neuronal activity in the brain. So this is they call it action potential, and there are different things happening in the brain causing the electricity of the nerves, and then how they talk to each other, and how we talk, how we think. I don't go to detail of that one. That I'll show you here. This is as a child or as embryo, and is as an adult person, that you see the human brain is the connection between the nerves grows. The nerve cells grow and their connection increase. That's the way we learn. That's the way we improve. That's the way we become master of something. The human mind. What is the human mind? The human mind is the function of the human brain. It's the flow of thoughts. If all your experiences, all the habits, all the memory, and all the current thoughts, that's make the human mind. And the station for it is the brain. So the human brain, and these are showing the activity of that recorded in electroencephalogram or EEG. and it's all the time the brain is active. There is different, slower, or depends on what we are doing. And then when we are asleep also, we still have an electrical activity on the brain, but in a lower, slower activity. It is at alpha and delta, but it's never zero, because if it becomes zero, is the person died. And then there is also, if there is no function of the human brain, there is no human mind. What are the thoughts? So when we say, okay, your thoughts affect your health, you can heal yourself with the thoughts. Let's think about what a thought is. The thought is a thinking process that produce an idea or opinion. And the thoughts, when I'm talking to you right now, the electrical activity is between neurons related to the mind, related to the knowledge I have about the brain. The other neurons related to other things, they are resting, but I'm talking to you. This is between the neurons. And then that's causing a stream of consciousness or train of thoughts. We have, as long as we are awake, we have one thought after another. They call it train of thoughts or stream of consciousness. It was called by William James, as a philosopher and psychologist, American philosopher and psychologist. And by the way, he was in Boston, but he had a house in New Hampshire too. And I'm talking to you right now from New Hampshire, United States. So stream of consciousness, we have between 30 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And this stream of thoughts stop when we are sleeping, and then your dreaming start. So the important is you can choose these thoughts. And after sometimes this thought become habitual. And then when it become habitual, you spend a lot of time spending on the same thoughts, and that's affect the health. This is Eric Kandel. Eric Kandel is a neuroscientist. He won the Nobel Prize in 2000 for studying on memory. He defined the brain like this. The brain is a complex biological organ of great computational capacity that construct our sensory experiences, regulate our thoughts and emotions, and control our actions. Everything you do, you talk, you hear, you experience in your life is happening in your brain. There is a theory, we call it complexity theory. It means when the brain starts working on something, gradually that activity becomes more complex and it can invent and create the new things. You see, some of the neurons in the brain, if you use up to 30% of their capacity become unlimited. That's the reason is the scientists or inventor, when they focus on one thing for a long time, they start inventing something and seeing something that other people cannot see. Let's talk about mind. The human mind is a flow of thoughts that include consciousness. Then we have subconscious and unconscious. Subconscious is your habits, your memory, your experiences, the things now you are not thinking about. Right now, if you are listening to me, you are thinking what I am saying. But if I ask you about your family, your thoughts go to your family. So those were not in your conscious, they were in your subconscious, and you brought them up to your conscious because you start thinking about them. The conscious mind is a working memory. It's flow of thoughts, the things I'm talking to you right now. All other things related to my experience and my learning, they are my subconscious. Unconscious mind is more below subconscious, and we may not be able to bring it at the conscious level ever, like a heart rate, like a center for the heart rate, the breathing. If you imagine this one as a human mind, most of the human mind is subconscious and conscious. subconscious and unconscious. Subconscious is just a small area. Because small area, the reason is because I am the only conscious, my mind, conscious mind is the way I'm talking to you. The things I'm remembering and I'm talking to you right now, that's my conscious mind. And in conscious mind, you have a connection to the external world. And then your body is here. And then what is happening in here, it'll affect your conscious, it'll affect your outside world. Your outside world is reflection what is happening inside. I am talking about mind in another my training course about a mind, that if you're interested, you can go to my website and look at it. So far we thought about what the thoughts are and what the mind is, how they affect us. So a man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. James Allen. It seems a simple sentence, but it took me years to understand more and to go deeper in me. You see, you are right now, you are the complete sum of all your thoughts. If you realize that, and you say to yourself, I am complete sum of all my thoughts, then you are going to be very careful what you are thinking about. Your action, your outside world is come from your thoughts. So you watch what I am thinking. A lot of people, they don't understand this. You see, there is a law of cause and effect. Effect is the outside world. The cause is coming from mind and inside. A lot of people, they go fix outside. So this is another topic. I don't spend time so much. So now we learn that our thoughts are in our brain. And what are they? So now I'm going to talk to you. Okay, now we know what are the thoughts are. So how the thoughts affect your health. So if you say, so, and I'm just thinking, so how my thoughts affect my health. Now I'm going to explain to you how your thoughts affect your health. They are in a different way. One, your nervous system. We have a central nervous system, that is the brain and a spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system, that the nerves that connected to the spinal cord and the brain go through your whole body. Every time I think, that thinking happening in my brain, between my nerves. The reason I was explaining about the nerves, I wanted to say, when you have thinking, those activate the nerves and activate those on your brains, and those nerve and activate your whole body. For example, if you become upset, your heart rate goes up because it activates sympathetic nervous system. It is connected to your heart rate goes up. Your blood pressure goes up. Affect your GI system. So one goes through, your muscle get tense, your skin get pale, or your skin get red. It depends on which system to become activated. So one is through the nervous system. The second is through endocrine system. You see, whenever you are stressed, whenever you are happy, you produce different hormones. And through endocrine system is a hormonal system that is connected to the human brain. It's connected to the brain through the hypothalamus and pituitary or hypophysis. When you think about different things, you produce different hormones in the body. Yesterday I said we have a pharmacy in our body. And depends on your thoughts, you produce different things. What you produce, what goes up and down in your endocrine system, it depends on your thoughts. So the next system that affect your thoughts, affect your body, is through the endocrine system. Immune system. There's a close connection between the central nervous system, between nervous system and immune system. Sometimes you can your skin can get red, get rash, get problem, you get headache, just by thinking about it. When a person is stressed, their immune system is weaker. When a person is happy and positive, have a faith, your immune system, they are stronger. So remember how this is 3 ways they affect your health. The other way, through the gene expression. You see, we have many genes, between 23 to 25,000 genes, each of us. Most of them are not active. By the way we think about something, we can activate or suppress a gene. If somebody is afraid of cancer, let's say they have a family member cancer, and all the time they are worried about it, oh, maybe it's happened to me and this thing. Unfortunately, that increased the chance of they getting cancer. They have to watch their thoughts very well. And they said, no, I am not going to get cancer. I'm going to be well. Gene expression. Our thoughts affects our belief, habits, and behavior. And when the beliefs and habits, they are at subconscious mind. And even you are doing different things. You are at office, you are sleeping. Your subconscious and subconscious mind, your beliefs, they are affect your system, your immune system, your body. If you can read this one in a small word, it said, everything you look for and all that you perceive has a way of proving whatever you can believe, whatever you believe. It means human beings, they are trying to be sure they are consistent with what they believe. So a lot of people, they got that belief in them that I am this, I get sick, I get a heart attack, I will die soon, or whatever the belief is, or in my family there is this disease. Whatever that belief has come, and the human beings, they must be consistent with their belief. Therefore, they are trying to be that. So if you have that kind of beliefs, you can change it. You don't know where that beliefs come from or who put it in your mind. It doesn't matter. You can change it now. That past, at this moment, you can change and become a new person. So far we talk about what are the thoughts and how affect our health. How of our affect health. So now we wanted to talk, okay, now we know our thoughts affect our health. So what kind of thought we have? You may ask, okay, so now I wanted to know what kind of thought to have to be better for my health. It's come in this 4 category: positive and happy thoughts. The more positive, the happier you are, the better for your health. Optimistic thoughts: hope, be hopeful, never lose hope. Peaceful thoughts: anger, stress, nervousness, worriness, not good for the body. Kind and loving thoughts: resentment and forgiveness is not good for health. So I am going to detail of these 4 categories, but remember them. They have been proven. Happy and positive thoughts. What is positive thinking? You see, some people, they have a wrong idea about a positive thinking. Positive thinking, it does not mean you deny the situation. You see the outside world, you see what's wrong, you see what the problem is, but you say, I will come out of this. You expect the favorable result. And when the brain think it can do something, it can. You see, that's the faith is so important, because when you have a faith, you say, I can. And if it's with a faith, the brain and your subconscious mind will have this power to do it. That's the positive thinking is. Do you want to get less sick, recover faster, and live longer? Be happy. If you are unhappy, you'll die sooner and have more chronic illnesses. This is showed in Harvard Happiness Study. They studied 268 students over 3 decades. It shows those results. It showed those results that being happy, you live longer, you recover faster, you get less sick. You wanted to do that. But one thing I wanted to say is, it doesn't matter up to now where you were. The goal is not we blame unhappy people or whatever they did. The goal is what I could do now. Because everything in the body is reversible. The brain and the mind and the human body is dynamic. They are not static. We can change them. That's all these things we are learning. That's all the talks are, because we can change. We can learn. So do not blame yourself. Do not shame. Shame, being regretful, being blame of ourselves, that would not help at all. You want to say, okay, I didn't know, now I know. Because if we don't know something, if we are not aware of something, if we are ignored and we are doing something we shouldn't do, to the brain and the mind and the body, it doesn't matter. If you have a negative thought, it's going to affect your health. Now you know it or you don't know it. So it's better now you know that you want to be happy. Okay, you may say, how could I be happy? Happiness comes from inside. Happiness is generated in your brain. I say few things you could do to be happier. Have a positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitude, it means I can come through this. I will heal. I will get better. That's the positivity is all the time to be better positive than negative. Zig Ziglar said this: you can do everything better with positive thinking than negative thinking. Than you can do with negative thinking. There's better positive. Have a grateful attitude. Whatever you have, be grateful about it. You see what you have when you are grateful, not what you don't have. Forgive yourself and others. You become happier. Do not carry harmful memories into tomorrow. What does it mean is, whatever happened today, when you wake up in the morning, it's a new day. According to Buddha, every day is a new beginning. If you bring whatever the things happen to you today to tomorrow, you infect the day tomorrow with today. Choose to be happy today. You say, I choose to be happy today. I don't know what will happen the day after or tomorrow. Choose to be happy today. Some of other things you could do, exercise, especially in nature. Do the mindful walking. Go to light exposure. Even the light at home, but even the best is the sun. Be kind and loving. Those help you to be happier. You see, there are some neurotransmitter and chemical in the brain. If they go up, you become happy. So it doesn't matter they give you medication or you do something, they go higher in your brain, you become happier. They are include serotonin, oxytocin, endorphin, and dopamine. So serotonin, they call it happy transmitter. It can go up with happy thoughts, with light exposure, especially sunshine. Foods, they have a tryptophan, like a milk. So if you do these things, the serotonin goes up in your brain and feel happier. It doesn't matter what's happening in outside world, but if you do those things, they become happier. Oxytocin, if you have thoughts of loving and kindness or hugging somebody or hugging even your pet, the oxytocin in your brain goes up and you feel happier. endorphin if you do exercise. You see, it doesn't matter what happening in your life right now, what other problems are going, what the things happen. If you go walk outside a little, if you go run, you are going to feel happier because endorphin goes up in your brain. You will go happier. What a level is, you may not be as happy as somebody else, but you are going to feel happier. Dopamine. Dopamine is the rewards hormone. It's a reward transmitter. Everything you do that you feel reward, if you be appreciated, or you, let's say you are depressed and you go to do something that your home you should do, clean your home or whatever, that you feel reward, you are going to feel better. So these are the things you could do that if they go in your brain up, you are going to feel good. Now, you may say, okay, you know what? As you're saying to be happy is good for my health and I like to be happy, but there are so many things is happening in my life. My relationship, we don't have enough money, my spouse is doing this one, my children doing this one. The government is like this, there is a coronavirus, there is all these things happening, what should I do? But I read a paragraph from this small book was written by Christian D. Larson. The name of this book is Just Be Glad. I read it with you. Do not think that happiness must keep its distance so long as you have so much to pass through. The more you have to pass through, the more you need your happiness. It is the shining countenance that never turns back. It is the glad heart that finds strength to go on. It is the mind with the most sunshine that can see the most clearly where to go and how to act, that the goal in view may be gained. What does it mean? It means the more problem you have, the more you need to be happier, you need to be calmer, because otherwise you make more mistakes, otherwise you don't have energy to go through. You see, do not think that happiness must keep its distance so long as you have so much to pass through. You don't want to wait, be happy when the children finish the college or finish the school, or when you bought the house you want, or you're healed. You wanted to feel those feeling now. Have that feel of the wish fulfilled now. Say, I'm happy now. I'll talk about this on a little later. So far we thought if you wanted to be healthy, have a positive and happy thoughts. The second, optimistic thoughts. You see, the more optimistic you are, the better. Optimistic patients recover better from surgery, have a healthier immune system, and live longer. Pessimists got sick younger and more severely than optimists. It is shown in Harvard Happiness Study. It is scientific. So the more optimistic you are, the more hopeful you are, the healthier and the happier you are going to be. This is a picture from Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking at age of 22 was diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. If you don't know Stephen Hawking, he is a physicist, English physicist that died in 2018. When he was diagnosed with ALS at age of 22, they told him he will live another 2 years. He asked them if his mind is going to be fine. They said, yeah, his mind is going to be fine, but all the voluntary actions that he could do, he cannot do it. He was end up to be on a respirator. Even he cannot move his eyes, or he couldn't move, blink, he could not talk, he could not eat. But he lived another half a century. He died at age of 56. At age of 76. Why? Because of hope. If he lost his hope, he would not survive, and he became one of the greatest scientists after Einstein and Newton. That's the hope does. hopeful thoughts. Do not forget. Hope saves lives. This is a picture from Martin Luther King Jr. Everything that is done in the world is done by hope. Hope. Never, never, never give up. So now we thought, be hopeful, be happy. The next is be calm, be peaceful. Chronic stress is affect our body, is affect our immune system. Acute stress, a short stress, like when you have a test or you need to move, it may increase concentration and be good for the body. And as soon as this acute stress gone, the body return to normal. But chronic stress, it causes the system in the body that we call it sympathetic system or fight and flight response is all the time activated, and it causes harm to the brain and the body. In the brain, it causes shrinking the hippocampus. When hippocampus shrink, the people, they cannot remember properly. Hippocampus is a word for a long-term memory. It affects the body, it affects the immune system. The people cannot fight the stress, fight the infection, fight the cancer. People, they get more cancer, more cardiovascular disease. They get more depressed. They may get more high blood pressure. Therefore, we try to be calm, peaceful. You see, sometimes there is acute stress that it will go. But for some people, an acute stress, they make you to the chronic stress. And that's like a resentment and forgiveness. If somebody did something to you 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you haven't forgive that, and you still resentment about it, for you, it's a chronic stress. It hasn't gone away. Somebody may have gone through a bad divorce 30 years ago, but if you still have not forgiven, still they have a resentment, that stress is not, that the event is gone, but the stress for a person is like that. As soon as they remember that event again, they have the same effect in their body. So remember, with resentment, even though the stress is over, the chronic stress is not over yet. So be sure, forgive. So you would say, how could I be peaceful? There are so many things happening in the life or in a country or in the world. This is from William James. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. It's come from inside. You will let the outside affect you. How much? You see, you need to choose. You need to go to the mental work. I talk in another discussion about we have two different worlds. It's a sensitive world and a physical world and a mental world. Mental world is inside you, is inner world. That you go through it by silence, by meditation. In your mental world, you can say, I am calm, I am happy, because that's you need to go. In a physical world, is all the time we are reacting. As long as we wanted to react, this person did this, that person, and it's all the time, it's all going to be a stress. That you go to in your mental work and you choose to be happy. So you choose one thought over another. You can choose. You say, I want to be peaceful. I want peace rather than this, as Wayne Dyer said. Kind and loving thoughts. This is from Dalai Lama. When we feel love and kindness towards others, it not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it helps us also to develop inner happiness and peace. You see, if you hate people, if you judge others, you can't be at peace. That's all the time is saying be loving, be kind. Because it's good for your brain. It's good for our health. It's not only good for others, and it's good for ourselves. So far we talk about stay happy, peaceful thoughts, hopeful. But you need to be sure you have this thought for a long term. This is a picture from Charles Haanel. Charles Haanel is a New Thoughts author. He said this: you cannot entertain weak, harmful, negative thoughts 10 hours a day and expect to bring about beautiful, strong, and harmonious conditions by 10 minutes of strong, positive, creative thoughts. It means it needs to be a habitual thought. You become what you think all day long, not just once a while. It's good, but it is when you go somewhere, you don't want to be your peaceful thoughts just for Sundays, just for Saturday, just for Friday. You wanted to keep those peaceful thoughts, happy thoughts all the time. This is a picture from my book. It's a practice book that is come with my book, Mind Medicine. In this book, in 7 chapters, I tell people how to keep how to practice and keep themselves calm and happy. Because if you wanted to change your brain, change your mind, it takes some time. It's a brain plasticity. You need to change the pattern and the connection in your brain, and that takes some time. And it's come with your imagination and with the practice that you change. You eventually change, gradually see you are a happier person. That's if you go to mindmedicine.com, my website. There's much more information about to learn. And if you choose to buy the book, you can order it, we send it for you. Now the other things is what you say about yourself. In your head, inner talk, inside and outside. This is from Ralph Waldo Trine. Never affirm or repeat about your health what you do not wish to be true. The only time you need to say true things about your health when you go to see your doctors. But everybody else, they ask you is, I am getting better, I am healing, I am better. You see, you have to have a healthy consciousness. Be conscious of being healthy. Be conscious of being calm. You see, you can go inside your mind if you really truly believe I am healthy, you are going to be healthy. But it has to be with the faith and with the feeling, no doubt. You see, with imagination and faith, you can miracle. That's miracles happens. Say to yourself, repeat it loud or under your breath. I am healthy. I am strong. I am healed. I am healing. I heal fast. I am happy. I am calm. I am kind. The other people, your past, your sensitive world may tell you, no, you are not. You still have a disease. You are still in a hospital. But you can be in a hospital in the intensive care unit. Still, you say, I am healed. And if you heal in your mind and you believe in it, you are going to heal. You see how to use it very well. I am still myself working on it. But I know it's a law. It has been shown through the history. You can heal yourself with your mind. As long as the mind is healthy and is working, you can change it. But a lot of people, they don't use their mind strong enough. They don't use their mind enough. They let outside world affect it. They look at their body and it looks sick and they say, I'm sick. And that's going to happen to them. You see, it seems so good to be true, but it is true. Say I am healed. Even in the beginning you don't believe it. Repeat it over and over again. I am getting better. My headache is improving. I work with the patients that they have a chronic headache, migraine headache, PTSD, depression, and I work with them and I go through this. You see, you become, eventually you do believe it. If in the beginning you don't believe it is okay, say I am healed. I am healing. Over and over. Try to go inside your mind. You see, this is a mental work. This is in the playground of your mind. I am healed. It does not have anything to do with the external world. It doesn't have anything to do with your body that may say anything. It doesn't have anything to do with your past. I am calm. I am happy. If you do it enough, your conscious change. You become conscious of being happy. And your consciousness creator is the creator in your life. And if you imagine it, if you're with the self-talk, inner talk, it will go through. I have a whole course about these things, how this online course that I did, how you can change it. It takes some time, some understanding. I'm a neurosurgeon myself. You see, a long time I was trying to help people through the neuroscience and psychology and science, but it is through the thought work. You see, it's a mental work, it's a mind. You have to awaken your inner man or inner woman. But a lot of people, they are not awake. Somebody said most of the people, they walk through the life half awake. They don't use their inner mind. They're just living in this reactive life. It's a sensory world. It's a physical world, reacting. Like an animal, they do the same things. But if we wanted to go a higher level and use more of our conscious and our mind, you have to go in your inner world and repeat to yourself, I am healthy, I am strong, I am healed. Whatever you wanted to do, I am successful, I am capable, I'm confident, I'm lovable, I am loving. Whatever you wanted to do, it doesn't matter whatever until now you were, or they told you you can change. Your personality is not written on a stone. You can change. You can change your whole consciousness and you become a new person. You see, you need to die. The old person needs to die and a new person born. I don't go into more detail of this. This is Wayne Dyer. This sentence that we become what we think about all day long. We become what we think about all day long. You see, all the philosophers, psychologists, great thinker, prophets agree with this. We become what we think about all day long. Then we know when this is true, it is a law, it is a principle. Then we need to say, what do you think all about? Then we need to say, okay, we need to watch our thoughts, observe our thoughts. Be sure our imagination. Be sure our thoughts, our inner talk, they are happy, they are positive, they are peaceful, they are kind, they are loving. This is a picture from Wayne Dyer. And when you look at it, it looks very peaceful, very calm. And in one of his saying, it says that when the great people like a Jesus or Buddha or other great people, Muhammad and other, when they would come to a village or to a place, the people, they feel they are there because it's a different vibration. Is a person doesn't need to say anything. If you look at this picture of Wayne Dyer, you feel calm. He doesn't need to say any words. Because there is a love in them. There's a kindness when we talk. There is a nice story came to my head from Wayne Dyer that he says once he asked somebody that what is the difference between the saint or kahuna and between the regular other people, and it's in that person, that teacher told him that the difference is the saint, they have only love inside. You see, I just want to say love, peace, kindness. We need to nurture these thoughts, higher thoughts in our mind. This is a picture of my book, Mind Medicine, Use Your Thoughts to Heal. I am so proud of this book because it came from my thinking and my meditation on this area for a long time. Mind, what it does in medicine, and use your thoughts to heal. I so believe that. Use your thoughts to heal. This is on my website. You can go there and order it. We send it to you. It's a very good book. All the things that I talk, they are in this book, and it's written in a simple language and it's small. You can read it in the afternoon, or the people can read it in a hospital or in a bed. Very good book. If you need help, I can help you. If you go to my website, my phone number there is, my email is there. You can email, you can call me. And if you wanted to go through this coaching program with me and one-to-one talk to me, if you have a mental health issues, depression, anxiety, stress, PTSD, you wanted to come from addiction, you wanted to change bad habits, chronic headache, chronic back pain. If there is something you already gone to the doctors and still you are suffering, come to talk to me. May be able to help you. So go through my website. If you want to get more information, you can call me and talk to me. Hopefully you'll learn something today. Look at me to see if there is anybody questions. So you can heal yourself with your thoughts, and the way you can do it, expect the good, expect the best. Say I am healing. Be positive, be happy, be calm, be kind, be loving. You heal faster. You may need to do your surgery, medication, radiation, chemotherapy. Still, if you are happy, if you are calm, if you are kind, if you are loving, if you expect the best, if you are hopeful, they help you heal faster and live longer. Take care.